Okay. Hello, my name is Jacob Butzine alongside Andrew Schultz and Aaron Klinker, and this is TC Sports. Boys, how we doing? How we doing?
Doing
I'm
great.
dizzy from the headbanging, but
It is
I'm pretty
victory
good.
week. It is victory week.
It is victory week. The Lions have won a
For
game since
school.
Poor Skull. Poor
Listen,
Skull.
we are 1-1. Last 2 years we started off 0-2. Not panicking.
Progress.
Literally. Mike Zimmer would never in the past 2 years.
Poor Skull fans. It'll be okay, I promise. But fly high, Eagles.
Die Eagles
So
die. Oh no, just their fans actually. But I'm not gonna
oh
talk.
my gosh.
Whoa.
All righty. So we had a lot. We definitely had a lot going on this week. Let's first start out with our predictions. Andrew, go ahead and give us an update on our college football predictions. We'll get to NFL later. How are we doing on our picks?
All right. So I went 6 for 7 this week. The only team messing me up was Michigan State, but they're a bunch of trash cans. Budson, you went 2 for 7. Don't know what you were doing.
Progress.
So yeah, and Clink went 5 for 7. So total points, I have 12. Budson has 7, and Clink has 8. So Budson goes from first place to last place in a matter of 2 weeks.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh no. No bueno. No
Your
bueno
only
on the
picks
picks.
right were Appalachian State, which was a Hail Mary to win, and Penn State, which was not even close.
What can I say? I'm a natural. I'm natural at picking wrong, apparently. That's
So
okay. You
the
know what?
opposite
You
of
know
you
what?
from now on.
You know what? Some teams surprise me. So, I'll be able to, pick at this from now on. All right, so I'm losing now, but you know, I think we learned a lot about some college football teams this weekend. I think we learned a lot about 1 week wonders. And it's just crazy to me. So let's move on to this is our first kind of segment we're doing as part of our installments. We're gonna do some hot takes. We're gonna do a couple hot takes each. We're gonna kind of react to those, and you guys can comment on below what you think about our hot takes. Andrew, why don't you start us off with our very first hot take on TC Sports?
All right. I mean,
That's about to piss me off.
I don't really know if this is a hot take or not, but the Lions will make the playoffs this year.
Interesting. You know, I still consider it a hot take considering they haven't won a playoff game in like 30 something years.
Hey,
But
1997.
Listen, if the Bengals could do it, the Lions can do it.
I think the defense, it's the secondary, in my opinion, that just needs a little bit of tweaking. I don't think it's necessarily the entire secondary. In my opinion, they tend to get a little bit injury prone. I wouldn't say a lot, but if they can stay healthy and we can, I say we, but the Lions can do that. They have a pass rush now, so that boy Aiden Hutchinson,
Father of Ohio State.
what college did he go to? Do you guys remember what college he went to?
I don't know. I think it was just down the road. He basically just said, who's closest, and we took him. And Jacksonville
Did
was
he go
like,
to?
we don't want the consensus pick. We want some random dude who hasn't done anything all season.
I think he went to Michigan, but like I could be wrong. But
Anyways,
I
okay.
think he owns Ohio State. I think so.
Oh my God.
But anyways, back to my point. The Lions have a pass rush. The defense is looking better. Offense is elite. Eventually people are going to get Amon-Ra St. Brown, but in my opinion, he doesn't really beat you deep. Yes, he has, but
Smart. It's all the little stuff.
It's all little stuff. And honestly, I don't like Jared Goff, but he's managing the team right now, and that's all we need him to do with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams and all those running backs and then wide receivers. Especially if we get Hawkinson into play, they're going to be one of the teams to beat. It sucks that they lost to the Eagles. It was a week 1 matchup because I think if they play week like 6 or 7 or even later, I think that could be a Lions win in my opinion. But
Goff was 2 or 3 throws away from us scoring probably 3 or 4 more touchdowns against the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, we had already come back. What the Lions need to do is learn to, when they make adjustments in the second half, all these teams are making adjustments and coming back on them and scoring. And thankfully they had a big lead in the beginning. They need to come out with the foot on the gas in the second half. Not that they're making bad second half adjustments. I just think other teams are making good adjustments to where they can come back. If they can limit that, they will most definitely make the playoffs. So I like that. Aaron, give us one of your hot takes.
Hold on. All right. This is scorching hot. The Jags will win the AFC South.
Boy.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay. Interesting.
That division is garbage.
Tennessee is not where they used to be. The
That
Colts,
is for sure.
The Colts can't win in Jacksonville. I'm sorry.
Jacksonville look pretty good.
I still think the Colts are going to win that division. I think Tennessee will figure it out too. Colts started off 0-4 last year.
Yeah, they still didn't make the playoffs. Let's remember that.
And then they ended up, that game in Jacksonville away from making the playoffs. But now, see, they got that out of the way early. See, they're thinking, let's just lose in Jacksonville early so we don't have to do it later in the season when it actually matters.
Look,
I think the Colts will turn it around.
Listen, the reason I think why Jacksonville's winning that division, the Texans, they're going to be a tough team, but they're not going to win more than 6 games, most likely. The Titans, unless they start Malik Willis, who I don't even know is going to be any good, they got some issues to figure out. The Colts, like you said, they normally do start off pretty slow, but I'm worried that this is like the year that it all falls apart. Jacksonville seems to be the only competent team in that division as of right now, and that is not something I have said in like 5 years.
I was going to say, I don't think I've said this ever. Jacksonville and the Texans are the best teams in that division.
Well, that's how it was back in 2017. I mean, like I said, I haven't said this in 5 years.
When they had Saxonville going, they were pretty good. I don't think they're quite there yet, though.
Trevor Lawrence looks a lot better.
I still think midway Jaguars will kind of hit a wall with talent in their schedule and all that, and kind of just be the Jaguars.
I will say, comparing those two teams, I think now it's the opposite. Jacksonville's defense was top tier in 2017. Now I think it's their offense. Not saying that their defense is,
their defense. They're no slouches. They're just not. It's not Saxonville. You don't have Jalen Ramsey. You don't have Campbell. You don't have Miles Jack. You don't have AJ Bouye. You don't have like.
Didn't they have Ngakwe?
Don't mention that name around me. Yeah, they had an Ngakwe too, but like you might not have those guys, but you. Oh, okay, all right.
All right.
Anyways, Jags are winning the AFC South.
All right. That's definitely a scorching hot take, but I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. My first hot take is going to be in college football,
Oh no.
Pac-12. Pac-12. Washington is the best team in the Pac-12. You heard it right here.
You do know there's a team in Southern California that
Who's
is
gonna
coached by
lose?
Lincoln Riley.
I don't give a
That has
flying
the most
fart.
talent in the Pac-12.
Washington is the best team in the Pac-12.
Dude,
they
slow your roll. They
absolutely
beat Michigan
torched.
State.
It,
Okay.
it
It's
doesn't
overrated.
matter. It doesn't matter. USC is only a 6.5-point favorite this weekend against Oregon State. I'm pretty sure Oregon State won like 3 games last year.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to the guy who bet on Nebraska.
Yeah.
Quiet you.
Or let's see here. You also bet on Texas Tech and BYU, and look where that came out to be.
I'm sorry. Oregon State one was
I
7
bet
and
on
6.
listen, I bet on BYU too, so I'm not going to say anything about that.
Yeah, a bunch of idiots. Oregon dog walked them.
Oregon or Washington has better quarterback. And what conference did he come from again? Does anybody remember? Oh, that's right, the Big Ten.
Big Ten East.
Aha! Best division of college football.
Where did Penix transfer from in the Big Ten?
IU.
Indiana.
Really?
Hoosier. Yeah. He was
Yeah, Bazelak was going to beat him out this year, and I'm pretty sure Penix also got hurt last year too, and so he knew he wasn't going to be starting this year at Indiana, so he transferred to Washington, who needed a quarterback because their quarterback last year was not that great. And
You know what's funny?
he's made them into a squad. I don't see them winning all the Pac-12, but they could pull off the upset.
Washington's definitely making the Pac-12 championship game. And in my opinion, right now, from what I've seen,
Utah's still
and
there.
who they've played,
Oregon's still there.
Oregon got absolutely trounced by Georgia. I don't even care that
Georgia, the defending
doesn't matter.
Georgia is
matter.
the top dog, literally. They are the
Doesn't
top
matter.
dog.
The only 2 undefeated teams are USC. Again, I'm not saying that USC is not like close, because next week I could say, okay, USC is the best. I think right now it's going to go based on, they beat a number 11 Michigan State team. Whether or not we think Michigan State is good, they were still ranked number 11. They still looked good. Peyton
Notre Dame was
Thorne,
ranked number 5, so
I'm just saying. Right now, hot take, Washington's the best team in the Pac-12. In 2 weeks, let's see. Here's Washington's remaining schedule. They play They play Stanford this weekend. They're a 14-point favorite. They go to UCLA the following week. UCLA is going to be a test. Then they play Arizona State, win. Arizona, win. Cal, win. Oregon State, who knows? We'll see what happens. Then they go to Oregon. That on November 12th, when us 3 are in the big house watching Michigan trounce Nebraska. That'll be the test for Washington. I think they'll win every single game. Maybe UCLA, depends on what UCLA looks like. That'll be their test. And if they can get past Oregon, they'll ride to the Pac-12 championship game and undefeated, might I add.
Where they'll get absolutely blasted to USC.
USC put up 50 on them.
Then USC is the best team in the Pac-12, but
State has
Washington looks legit. So, all right, Andrew. Next hot take.
This may come from a place of bias, but screw it. This is what hot takes are all about. Michigan is the number 2 team in the country right now, behind Georgia.
Okay.
With J.J. McCarthy as their starting quarterback.
Georgia clear number 1, and no one's going to decipher that. Michigan needs to play Iowa for me to make that decision. Even though I'm a Michigan fan, whatever. They need to play Iowa in Iowa, Kinnick Stadium, for
Ooh.
me to say they're the number 2. And here's why.
We haven't had a test. I'll admit that. We have not
We
had
haven't had a test. Maryland will probably be Maryland's going to be the
Maryland's
biggest
offense
test.
is pretty good. My other hot take would have been Talia Tagovailoa is better than Tua.
I don't know if you can make that decision quite yet, but I understand what you're saying. Michigan, I could say maybe 3, only because first time in school history that we've made 50 points. Again, I don't care that it's a weak team, but first off, putting 50 in college football is hard in general because Michigan actually pulled their starters in the half, unlike Ryan Day and Ohio State, who just likes to trounce these people instead of, being
Well,
what's it
Toledo was
called?
in that game up
What's the
until
first
the
quarter?
end of the first quarter.
Right. But there's no reason to put 77 points on them.
Yeah.
No reason. No reason that CJ Stroud should have been out there as long as he was. No reason any of the starters should have been out there.
Hey, if he
But
wants
they
to
put
come back and
77
get hurt,
points.
that's on him. So
It's just, in my opinion, it's unsportsmanlike. There's no reason to do that. Michigan could have easily said, let's score 80 on UConn. Did we? No. We had our
JJ
8th
did come in the
quarterback in.
third quarter. JJ was playing in the third quarter, only because Cade got hurt.
Yes. But literally after that drive, he was done.
Yeah.
We had Alex Bowman, Orgy. We had all these other guys in. We don't need them in there. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a hot take for sure. I have to see a little bit more. Honestly, after Iowa, whether or not people think Iowa's good or not, it doesn't matter. Iowa destroyed Ohio State 55-24 when they said Iowa was dog water. Like, that'll be the test.
Spencer Petras is still the QB1 there, so I'm not worried about it. Michigan 42-3.
Aaron, hot take.
Let's see which one is.
Scrolling past all the Kansas ones.
Well, this is a NFL one once again because I literally typed out like one hot take for all 32 teams. I have this as the Dolphins will go after Lamar Jackson regardless of Tua's development this year.
No.
I can see it. I can see it.
The Dolphins have been looking for another quarterback since they drafted Tua.
Doesn't matter. They're not. No.
Okay.
First off,
3-team trade.
I think
Lamar to the Miami. Tua to Detroit.
No. No way.
Baltimore.
No. No. Why? Why would anyone ever do that?
Tua's nice with it.
He's nice, but the Dolphins clearly do not believe in him. I don't care what the media or what Mike McDaniels.
Where did you get that idea? Where did you get that idea?
Their owner,
Sean Watson, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. I think I could be wrong about that.
They probably were at some point.
Their owner also won
career. They've been going after another quarterback because, listen, Tua played great on Sunday, but I need to see that against the Bills. Against
2 weeks in a row. He's done that 2 weeks in a row.
I need to see it against legit contenders. I'm sorry.
Baltimore's not legit.
Hell no. Lamar Jackson is their entire team.
Okay, now that's a hot take. Baltimore's in the AFC North.
I don't know what pack you are smoking, but my gosh. Miami
Baltimore's going to win the AFC North.
Okay, Miami beat New England. New England's not good. They beat in Baltimore. No one wins in Baltimore.
Down 21.
Baltimore was absolutely killing them. They don't move on from Tua. I think Tua, Jalen, Tua, Hill, Tua, Gesicki, that was all good.
It's a good connection, but I'm sorry. You realize how much speed is going to be a part of that offense if the Ravens somehow went out and got Lamar. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's why this is a hot take. But I'm telling you, the Dolphins are salivating over the idea of having Lamar Jackson in that offense.
Miami's going to beat Buffalo this Sunday. So
Oh, was that your big bold selection, Mr.
no,
Prediction Boy?
that ain't a hot take. I just want. I just hope he. Honestly, you know what? I don't even care. He could lose 45-42. Tua's going to smoke that Buffalo defense.
I'm not saying
Now,
that's not going to happen, but I need to see it. I need to see it against one of the legit teams in the AFC.
Like the
in
Detroit
my-
Lions.
it comes down to the line of scrimmage in that game. If that offensive line can give Tua time to throw, they have a chance of winning that game. Mainly because I don't know about the Bills secondary. I know how their front seven is or whatever, but we'll find out. Honestly, that's going to be probably a game to watch. I never thought I would have said that before the season, but all right, last hot take. Going back to college football. Big 12 championship game.
Oh no.
Big 12 championship game. Here it is. Kansas will make the Big 12 championship game this year against Boomer Sooner. That's my hot take.
Oklahoma's the clear Big 12 favorite.
For sure.
That
saying that.
Big 12 runs through Oklahoma as of right now. I'm not saying Kansas can't do it. They've looked really good to start the year. It's not like they've played.
They've had a tough non-conference.
Yeah. No, it's like they
Same.
beat Houston. They beat West Virginia, who, I mean, they're,
They beat Pitt. who
Kansas
almost
plays Duke, Iowa State, and TCU all at home their next 3 games.
They
Okay.
gotta beat Duke.
I mean, we did it in basketball. How hard can it be in football?
I don't know.
Three
That's
straight home games. They're 6-0 going to Oklahoma if they win those 3 games. Right now, Oklahoma is given an 89.3% chance to beat Kansas, but it's in Oklahoma. Then they play Baylor the following week. In my opinion, if Kansas loses at Oklahoma, but wins at Baylor, wins at home against Oklahoma State, goes to Texas Tech and wins, beats Texas on their own in Kansas, goes to Kansas State and wins as a 1-loss Big 12 championship game. Kansas couldn't make the playoffs if they did that. They beat everyone except Oklahoma. But if they'd have to play Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship game on a neutral site. Again, I am talking way up Kansas right now, but I'm just saying if that were to happen. But I still think they'll make the Big 12 championship game because they already have 1 win, so they're winning. They're ahead the Big 12 right now, but they've only put teams. So
They have Oklahoma.
They have a shot.
They have Oklahoma and Baylor back-to-back road trips. That's tough. You got to win one of the two. If you lose both, you're out. But I can see it. Their offense is legit. They run a lot of misdirection. They throw the ball really well. Their quarterback, he avoids turnovers. They'll win games. And their defense steps up when they need it to, but their defense has got to play 60 minutes of football. But if they do that, they can shock some Big 12 teams, especially some that are looking a little shaky like Baylor and Oklahoma State. So
Honestly, I could see Kansas definitely going to be bowl eligible. I know they got to win 5-6 games to do that.
you gotta win 6, and you'll win 6. You're already halfway there.
Literally, in the last decade, I'm pretty sure they've already doubled their win total.
But if they end 3-9, I'm never rooting for Kansas ever again.
Listen, I'm used to it at this point.
I would not be surprised if Kansas finishes 3-9 at all.
Would not shock me. Would not shock me.
Kansas is either going 8-4 or 3-9.
There's no in between, boys.
So, all right, so that's our hot take segment for the day. Next week we'll have some more hot takes and some more probably yelling the more we get into this. So right now we were restrained ourselves to an extent until I said Washington was the best team in Pac-12. Then it got all out crazy. So all right, let's move on. Let's recap week 3 of college football. Let's talk. I'll be honest. Most of these games really weren't interesting. Let's be completely honest.
It's
The only one I would say
of college football.
I would say the only interesting game was Texas A&M Miami. And I'm sorry, Josh Gaddis, there's a reason why you're not successful. I don't even know how you won us a Big Ten championship and got us to the playoff. My God, in big games, you choke. You didn't even score a touchdown. That sounds like Michigan. That sounds like such Michigan the past couple years. You've been our offensive coordinator. Dude, Tyler Van Dyke is a stud. You're ruining him. Why Miami hired you, I have no idea. Probably because you sleep with their moms' recruits. The recruits of
All
their
right.
moms.
Best game of week 3, Wake Forest versus Liberty was nuts. And
Mayhem.
Maryland versus SMU was also nuts. I went back and watched like the full game highlights of those condensed games, so like 30 minutes. Those games were crazy. Liberty took Wake Forest to the death. SMU Maryland was like turnover crazy. SMU would turn the ball over, Maryland would turn the ball over, SMU would turn it over, Maryland would score a touchdown. Maryland pitched a shutout in the fourth quarter to come back and win against SMU. It was crazy. Talia went off.
First time I've ever said go Maryland.
Talia Tagovailoa is going to be playing on Sundays. To what capacity? No
He'll
idea.
be better than his brother.
Wait, is he a righty or a lefty?
He's a righty.
Okay, so he's not going to get as much hate as his brother.
Well, Tua's throwing motion is so pretty, but it's just because he's a lefty that people look at it weird. Like that guy flipped the video or whatever against the Ravens, and he looked pretty natural as a righty. But Talia, he's a righty and he's a scrambler too. He moves a lot more than Tua does.
Well, I think
A
Tua
couple things.
a lot more, but then he got hurt, so it's kind of limited him. But I
Yeah.
get what.
A couple things we learned from week 3, in my opinion. Georgia's the clear number 1.
I mean, Sanford.
They played South Carolina.
Well, Sanford was the week before.
Yeah, it was the Peanut Bowl. That's what they
South
call
Carolina sucks.
Notre Dame is bad.
Notre Dame is bad. We know that.
BYU, that look like they have no idea what they're doing.
They can only play at home.
Penn State absolutely trounced an SEC team. Kansas looked good. Michigan State looked really, really bad. A&M Miami game was awful. A&M is still not.
Dude, I thought Mike Zimmer was calling the plays for A&M's offense. That's how. Oh my God, that's how bad it was.
What else did we learn?
The full game highlights were like 9 minutes because that's all that happened.
I don't know if I said this. Purdue, awful. My God.
Yeah, we know that.
Pathetic. And Iowa can score touchdowns. We learned that. I don't think Clemson is legit. Those are the things I've learned from week 3, or at least from from how I feel about that. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with most of those. I think Penn State, if they play like they did against Auburn, they can hang with Michigan and Ohio State.
For sure. Honestly, I don't really have much more to talk about with week 3. I don't think like I said, we learned some things. I don't think we learned a lot. I don't think we'll really learn this too much more this week in week 4, but we'll see. After the break here, we're going to go right into our week 4 college football predictions and then go straight into the NFL. So we will see you when we get back. We're back. All righty, let's move into our week 4 Wow, I can't believe we're in week 4 of college football already. It's going to be over before we know it. I'm going to cry. Let's go ahead and week 4 predictions. So let's just go around and say one game. It doesn't have to be on the list that we're about to do, but one game that you're excited about for this weekend. Just say the game. You don't have to say much about it, but just say the game. Aaron?
Kansas Duke.
Andrew?
I'm gonna go Michigan, Maryland.
I'm going to go Minnesota, Michigan State. Those are the games that we're looking forward to. Not necessarily for any particular reason. You guys want to elaborate on that, or
I'll say a few quick words, and we can carry on. But I mean, obviously Kansas football has been terrible for years, and this is the most exciting year for that team in probably a decade, if not more. And it's very weird to hear that both Kansas and Duke are undefeated in football because they're not really known for that.
Michigan, Maryland. Michigan's first Big Ten game. I think it'll be a good test for Michigan's defense against Maryland's offense. Still think Michigan wins by 30 to 40, but at least the first quarter will be somewhat entertaining. And Maryland will pull off some plays here and there.
I'm gonna go with Michigan State, Minnesota, only because I think Minnesota, in my opinion, right now is a clear favorite to win the West. And wouldn't it be sweet? Not saying this is gonna happen, but wouldn't it be sweet to have the battle for the little brown jug in the Big Ten championship game?
Would it still technically count though?
Yeah, I mean you're playing each other. I mean,
Your audio went crap there for a second.
you hear me now? We're good.
Yeah,
Yes.
go back. Something about Big Jug.
No, I was just saying that Michigan will probably win the little brown jug anyways, but it'd be nice to play for that. So, all right, let's just move on. All right. First game we're going to talk about today. Clemson Tigers versus the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I'll go ahead and start with this. Boys, we'll just kind of talk about it, and then before we move on to the next team, we'll say our predictions. So we'll hold our prediction at the end. I think this will be a big test for Clemson. I'm not quite sold on them yet. I think this will be a good test considering it's at Wake Forest. I don't know how good Wake Forest is either. They had a pretty good season last year, and it seems like they're having another good one this year. But I think we'll learn about Clemson a lot this weekend with them playing Wake Forest for sure.
Well, I gotta be honest. I don't like DJ Ukulele, whatever the hell his last name is. He is not the greatest QB, not a quarterback that's going to take you to the playoffs or the Natty. I think this might be the game that he gets benched for whoever that 5-star freshman is. I cannot remember his name for the
I'm
life.
blinking on his name too.
It's like Cade something. I know that. It's Cade.
Not important, but yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like this could be another like when Kelly Bryant got benched for Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know if he'll necessarily get benched unless he's like awful, but could happen. I kind of am hoping Clemson wins only because them playing NC State the following week would be a pretty cool matchup. But yeah, Andrew, anything to elaborate on that?
I think this game could go either way. It all going to depend on Hartman and Wake Forest's offensive line.
For sure. Because that Clemson defense is pretty solid. I'll give them that.
That D line is insane. My God.
Clemson is a 7-point favorite at Wake Forest, and they have a 78.9% chance to win according to FPI, which we all know doesn't matter. But that's where it's looking at. Aaron, what are you predicting this game to be out like?
I think you know what? I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna say Wake Forest wins like 35 to like let's say 30, make it close.
Andrew?
I've been going back and forth on this all week, and after watching Wake Forest against Liberty, they had the game in hand. They were doing pretty well, and then they let Liberty come back into it. And then I started noticing a few things. Wake Forest's offensive line is hit or miss, and then Hartman's pocket presence is a little something he needs to work on. But man, Wake Forest can score at will. Um, but then, I watched some Clemson highlights, and their offense, as DJ is not as good as Trevor was at Clemson, but he's still pretty solid. And Clemson's D line is tough.
One of the best D lines in the country.
But I mean, they let La Tech back in that game too. It was like 14 late in that game, and L Tech was moving. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Clemson. I think their D line makes a big play when they need to, and Clemson pulls out the victory in like a shootout, like 45 to 38.
I've also been going back and forth in this game. I actually literally, as we were talking, changed my score prediction. Just because it's so hard to decide this game. If it was in Clemson, I think it'd be a clear Clemson winner.
Mm-hmm.
However, I still am gonna go with Clemson in this game, only because I'm not gonna be in last anymore. I'm not gonna be doing that this week. We ain't doing that. I hope I'm wrong on this game, but I'm gonna go Clemson 21, Wake Forest 20 in this game, and I think Wake Forest misses the extra point, and that's why they lose by 1. So that's what I'm gonna go with because I had Wake Forest win. What?
A low scoring game.
Definitely. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Will Sam Hartman get past that front seven of Clemson? We don't know. And is Clemson going to score? Absolutely not. So we'll see how that goes. All right, next game here. Baylor, Iowa State. What are we thinking? Andrew, we'll start with you.
Baylor's been struggling. Baylor, they lost to BYU in a game they definitely should have won. Iowa State, they're always like, they're never like shock the world, but they're not like so bad that like you can just walk all over them. So
Right.
it's just Baylor on the decline. Iowa State just right there. We'll see where the trains meet.
Aaron?
Honestly, Andrew said it best. Baylor's been struggling, and I'm gonna go with Baylor on this one just because Iowa State's not
saying our picks. Okay.
The what?
I guess we're saying our picks. Okay.
Whatever. I don't see Iowa State pulling this one out. Andrew kind of spoke for me unknowingly.
Darn you, Andrew.
I didn't make your pick. Didn't force you to say that, or really though?
I don't care.
Did you? Okay. I love Iowa State's coach. For a while
Campbell's a guy. I like him.
For a while I said when I wanted Harbaugh fired, which was a lot of times in 2020, said it pretty much every day. I said Matt Campbell to Michigan. I'll be honest. I wanted Harbaugh fired. Am I okay with things are now? Absolutely, but that's just how it goes.
We'll see how I am after November 27th.
The whole city of Cincinnati knows how that feels. So, I do think Baylor is going to struggle in this game. Iowa State always gives a fight, no matter who they play. Right now they're favored Iowa State by 3.5, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Now it says 2.5. Wait,
three.
It's 3.
2.5.
It really just moved. It was 3.5. but Baylor is FPI 52.8%. So really, they don't know. So I think honestly, the line of scrimmage game is always going to be the determining factor with this game. Iowa State always runs the ball well. If Baylor's quarterback can kind of put them on his back, they could win this game. But actually, I am going to go Iowa State with this one, with the spread at -3, 27-24 in Iowa State territory. Andrew?
I'm also gonna go Iowa State.
Dun, dun, dun.
Iowa State's at home. I think that plays a big factor. They beat Iowa again. It was a slugfest against Iowa, but they got their offense moving again. But it was against Ohio, who sucks. But they got a big win last week. Kind of ride that momentum. Baylor still coming down off that BYU loss. I think Iowa State pulls it off, 24 18.
I completely had lost my train of thought on Iowa State. Oh, Iowa State, Kansas, Big 12 championship game. Now
No.
that'd be something to see.
Iowa
That'd be
State's not
something to
that
see.
Oh no.
Iowa State.
Iowa State's not that good.
That'd be the least watched championship game, I think, out of all.
Iowa
the
State's got
conferences.
Kansas right after Baylor, so
True. That'll be where the test is, and then they play Oklahoma in Iowa State, which they always get tough. So, all right, moving on. Tennessee, Florida. We'll start with me on this one. I think Tennessee actually looks legit as of right now. I love their defense. I think their defense is, I don't want to say phenomenal, but I think their defense looks pretty solid. Unlike Florida's defense does not look solid in one shape or another. I think Kansas has Kansas. Good lord,
Kansas.
I just love Kansas. Apparently,
that's a whole new school.
Tennis.
Damn. College football 2023
Tennessee.
Tennessee right there.
It's in Tennessee. I honestly, I don't know how Florida's gonna hang with them. I truly don't. Unless the Anthony Richardson week 1 comes out, I just don't. Tennessee looks really good. I mean, like I said, I love their defense. They run the ball pretty well. I love their quarterback. It's just gonna be tough for Florida. Aaron, what do you think?
You know, as much as I like Anthony Richardson, Tennessee's a 10.5-point favorite for this game. Like they're given an 87.4 chance, like or percent chance to win, which I know that doesn't mean shit. Excuse my language, but I'm going Tennessee.
Better bleep
Oh,
that
Jacob
out.
perfectly bleeped out Clink's score prediction. Wow, that's crazy. Crazy how that worked out. So I can get
going
my
Tennessee.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Clink. Anyways, Richardson, or as Clink referred to him after week 1, Anthony Richard him.
Yeah, that was a freezing cold
He
take.
ain't that guy, pal. He ain't that guy.
He
I still like
struggled
him.
against Kentucky big time.
He's got some growing to do. Dude's a sophomore.
Tennessee's
He has a lot
defense
of growing up to
is
do.
better than Kentucky's,
him?
I think. And I think Tennessee at home in the second biggest stadium, they're gonna come to play. They're gonna come to play big time.
Hold on. Did you say Tennessee's better than Texas? Is that what I just heard? Or sorry, Tennessee's better than Kentucky?
So Tennessee's defense is better than Kentucky's.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying, which I was like, Tennessee versus Kentucky is a whole different ball game.
No, Kentucky's gonna win that game, but
Tennessee,
that's a different story.
if Tennessee beats Florida, I could definitely see them going to Death Valley and beating LSU. Tennessee, Alabama could be a
trash.
LSU ain't any.
Tennessee Alabama matchup will be something that I want to watch that weekend for sure.
All right, but
if
what's your score prediction?
What?
What's your score prediction? Tennessee, Florida.
What did Aaron say?
He didn't say anything.
No, because you guys bleeped it out.
What's your score prediction?
I got Tennessee winning 40-30.
Jesus.
Hudson?
Scoring.
With the spread.
I got Tennessee winning this game 34-16. Florida is down 34-0 at half. Florida gets 2 2-point conversions and 2 touchdowns.
Tennessee 38, Florida 22.
All right. That'll be a game for sure. A big game to watch. Texas Tech. Just a little disclaimer, there's not really too many college football games we can talk about this week. Still people are playing. No one's in it, just it is what it is. But Texas Tech. Andrew, what are we thinking here?
Ewers is healthy, right? He's back.
No,
Or is
he's
he
still
still
out for
out?
like a few more weeks.
I think he'll be out for a bit, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think he's gonna be
Remember
back
if he's
until
back or not.
October.
I'll check while you're talking. Go ahead.
Texas and Texas Tech is always a fun rivalry. I'll never forget the Michael Crabtree play on the sideline with like 8 seconds left. Iconic football game. Iconic. Probably one of my favorite college football games of all time. Like, definitely put it up there. Top.
Texas leads the series 54-17. So if you want to call that a rivalry, go ahead. But
I mean, they consider it a rivalry. It's not really a rivalry.
Yeah, and they also
In
consider
record-wise,
a rivalry.
But it's an in-state rivalry. It's not as big as Texas Oklahoma, which will be an absolute blast this year. But I think Texas Tech they stormed the field after Houston, and I kind of lost all respect for them after that. So
this says he would be out 4 to 6 weeks, but Bruce Feldman of Fox Sports said the timetable for Ewers' return was 2 to 3 weeks. So probably not this weekend, but could be soon. Aaron, go ahead and talk about this. What do you think?
Well, obviously, in-state rivals, they're gonna bring out the best of each other. Like if I have watched these teams slug it out several times, and I'm not gonna lie, both coaches, both offensive coordinators are gonna be throwing everything they have at one another. Like the same with the defense. Defense is gonna be throwing everything. It's a rivalry game. You want to win. Yeah.
I like Texas against Bama. I don't know how I like them against Texas Tech. Texas Tech, to me, will score. It's at Texas Tech. But damn, Texas offense and defense looks really good. I know FPI gives Texas an 80% chance to win, but I just don't know. Really, we're gonna really see how Texas can play out in the other teams. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Andrew, what's your score prediction?
Texas 42, Texas Tech 14.
Aaron?
Well, like I said, it's gonna be a shootout. So I got Texas winning 40-37.
Well, I either lose more ground or gain ground on this one. I'm going Texas Tech. I'm gonna go with them 1 week and they're gonna win. I promise it's gonna happen. Texas Tech wins 42-38. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
All right, moving on. TAMU versus Arkansas. I am not sold on A&M. I think A&M is absolute garbage. I don't like A&M. I've never liked A&M. I still will never like A&M. A&M loses this game 35-21. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. A&M kind of sucks. I don't care what the record says. Tell me I'm wrong.
However, I will say the new quarterback they just put in. I know I said I was done, but their new quarterback they put in was,
Clink said,
you know,
"Oh, Petit."
I don't care. The fact that this team is ranked above Kansas
Whoop-ah.
is a hate crime. I got Arkansas winning 27-15.
All right.
What is it with you and weird ass scores? Sorry, I know I cuss, but
I have seen two completely different Arkansas teams. Actually, I'm gonna say like 7 different Arkansas teams play this year.
More like video game chapter. It's like a video game storyline just with chapters.
So I've seen Arkansas come out swinging like they did against South Carolina, okay, and then absolutely kind of just trickle off there at the end. And then I've seen them come out and do absolutely nothing against UC. And then I've seen them come out and do absolutely nothing the first half of last week. And then the second half, they just turned it on. So Arkansas's got to play 60 minutes of complete football for once. And if they
and
do,
not
they will win.
and not this weak conference American football, like Power 5 football.
Like they got to play. KJ Jefferson and Sanders are going to go off this week. They have to if they want to win. But like scoring 17 against Miami of Florida, like come on, Tamu.
Against Josh Gaddis's offense.
Like, I don't know. This is
I
just.
know you said offense, but still the like.
I'm gonna go Arkansas 32, Texas 10, A&M whatever they are 20-21.
What was your score? 37-21?
Yeah,
Where are you guys with these weird scores?
it's college football, man.
Your college football. All right, let's round out our college football predictions with
Oh God.
the Hoosiers of
Bowl.
Indiana versus the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Aaron, we'll start with you before we, just unload.
Oh, I got some words for you. See, so Indiana looks like a much better team this year. Connor Bazelak, who I played against in high school, he
Ooh.
no, I find that fun. I find that crazy that because he ended up going to Missouri than Indiana. He's playing a lot better at Indiana, but Indiana.
Is that why your school went 1-9
We don't talk
against
about that.
him? Wait,
Where you
what?
got pancaked?
Who did he play for?
He played. Shoot.
Better not have been Baden.
Who cares?
I
It's high school
swear.
football in Ohio.
Okay, he played for Alter. Regardless,
Boo.
Who cares?
Okay.
It's high school football.
Indiana's gonna come out and punch them in the mouth. They're probably still pissed off from losing to UC last year. I mean, I would. They're not a Power 5 team, you know.
I mean, they only won 2 games.
Luke
So.
Fickle has a small cock. I'm thinking about this whole big dick Fick thing. He has a small, tiny little wiener. And my point being,
There goes the kid friendly.
I'm sorry, little ones. What can I say?
Well,
Anyways,
I think last week was our only kid-friendly episode.
Anyways, my point being, UC's gonna hang tough with Indiana, but I got Indiana winning 30-28.
Ooh.
I think.
I hope I jinx.
Andrew,
I hope I do.
Andrew, we'll start with you, my guy.
Unleash.
I'm not gonna unleash.
Blah.
It's not worth the energy. I wasn't even planning on talking about this game. Indiana 34, UC 17. UC's quarterback fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He is awful.
sorry.
If Ben Bryant plays again, Indiana might win by 50. Okay? He is.
I'm sorry, but if UC loses this game, they need to give Evan Prater.
They're gonna bench Bryant at halftime, but by then it's gonna be too late.
Exactly. That's what I mean. They're gonna have they got to give Prater a shot. I mean, if he's bad, oh well. At least you looked at the option.
Prater, the backup.
Yeah,
that was
apparently he's good, but so was UC's kicker apparently until he walked onto UC's campus.
All right, UC's awful. I mean, I go to Miami University of Ohio. Miami University of Ohio does not really play the best football.
No, I guess I bet Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, You know what? I can't talk about that on YouTube. Never mind.
So Miami of Ohio is beating you. They should have never even had a lead ever. Ever.
They shouldn't have
Should
scored
never
14
happen.
points.
UC put the sliders back to rookie mode and
I don't
Yeah.
care.
you know,
Indiana wins this game 28-7 at Nippert. I'm thinking about going to that game. I'm just kidding. I'm not wasting my money on that school.
no.
But Indiana wins this game 28-7. UC is back to not being relevant. I don't care who is watching this. Come at
Wait,
me.
were they
Tell me
relevant?
Michigan has a bad non-conference.
Wait,
Please tell
what?
me Michigan has a
When
bad
were they
non-conference.
relevant?
Last year.
All right,
But
can we just
apparently
move
they
on?
have the same amount of play. They have the same amount of playoff appearances as Michigan, but that'll change after this year, so it doesn't matter.
That's not gonna
So-
change because they're still gonna have the same amount.
All right, Kansas, shut it.
You're a Vikings fan. Speaking of the Vikings, let's go to the
Oh,
NFL
you want to go?
recap.
All right. Bring it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's recap week 2 of NFL football. How did Skull do on Monday night? Per usual, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
it's rough.
yeah. You still got Tom Brady's cock in your mouth.
Sure do. Loving every second of it.
If it wasn't for Jameis Winston, the Bucks would have lost that game.
Tom Brady's washed. His defense is elite. He's gonna get carried by his defense just like he has his entire career.
Not this week. Not this week. Not this week. Not this week. Not this week.
Oh.
I'm sorry, little one, but
Crap.
Brady is 46 years old and can still throw better than Kirk Cousins.
Next time Brady gets sacked, he's gonna need life alert. Oh, help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Tom Brady is going
Brady.
to crumble against the Packers faster than his marriage.
Oh God, they're playing the Packers.
Below the belt hit. Below the belt hit.
Tom Brady
All right.
really tried to help his kids do math homework and said, "Nah, I'm coming back to football."
Jared Goff is the future of the NFL now. Get over it.
Oh, you're serious?
Let's
I'm
recap
sorry.
this.
Is Kirk Cousins and Darius Slay teammates? Please remind me. Oh, wait. Kirk is just so used to throwing to him in a Lions uniform.
What are you talking? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
All
he's
right.
loosening up. Guess he's going
Calm down.
to lean back
Calm
and throw
down.
it to Darius Slay
down.
again.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Nope. Stop. Pause. I'm gonna highlight some things that I've noticed before y'all keep going.
I'm going
And
to highlight
just-
you.
Detroit looking solid. I love how Detroit played. I think Detroit is going to be pretty good this year. New England Pittsburgh might have been the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
Bench
teams are
Watch
gonna
that game? You
Yeah.
actually sat yourself down and watched that game.
Well, Aaron and I were at B-Dubs. We had
we were
Bucks,
paying
we
more
had-
attention to like the Lions and
Yeah,
Commanders.
the Lions were right in front of
Browns and
us.
Jets.
Browns were above us. Bucks were next to us, and then there was other 3Vs. So we kind of had all of them. Bengals are absolute garbage.
Their offensive line misses more assignments than UC misses kicks.
Good old
That's
Cincinnati.
right.
Um,
We
Cycle
love
of
it.
Cincinnati,
We
I'm
laugh and
telling
love
you.
in these conditions.
One great
I-
year, ride that hope till absolute breaking point. Win 4 more games than the previous year. Inject more hope. Destroy all hope. Have one great year.
Oh my God.
And then, it's just the cycle of Cincinnati.
I think you said you spelled Michigan wrong.
Quite you.
Sorry.
Jets are good?
Um,
Question mark.
Jets are not good. Browns are bad. Browns are the Browns.
The Browns is the Browns. Watch us say that, and then they go out and beat the hell out of whoever they're playing. Oh, they're playing Pittsburgh.
That's gonna be a slugfest. It's gonna be like 6-3.
I'm calling it right now. Myles Garrett's gonna take out Trubisky with his helmet, and that's how Kenny Pickett's coming in the game.
Rams are not elite anymore? Question mark.
Mm,
The Falcons almost broke their own curse.
yeah, but guess who? Guess who set a new curse? The Ravens were outscored 28-3 in the fourth quarter against Miami.
Tua did have that dog in
Good
him.
thing the Lions don't have a bird as their logo, otherwise they would be blowing games 28-3. So the Eagles are next.
Buffalo is the best team in the NFL? Question mark.
I don't
Freezing
think that's a question mark. Put 3
Yeah, I
exclamation
completely
points
agree.
behind that.
No,
Period.
I'm just
Period. Exclamation.
that's I'm just gonna be asking. You know that's gonna be a thing. You know, I'll be like, is this true? Question mark. Is Minnesota gonna make the playoffs? Question mark.
Yes.
We're 1-1. Okay. It's not like we're 0-2. Okay.
I've lit a fire.
Let's
Sunday's game will help determine who wins that division.
Is Seattle actually bad? Question mark.
Yes. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this for years.
Seattle
fans-
has been bad for a while.
No. I've been waiting for them to bottom out. I cannot stand Seattle fans. I cannot stand Philadelphia fans, especially after last night. If any Philadelphia fans, if you want to come fight me, come fight
Monday
me.
night games.
I'm down.
Monday night games. Monday night games. Monday night games.
Playoff
Night games.
drought in 6.
Sounds like you hate all the teams the Vikings play on Monday nights. I wonder why.
Last thing. Does Denver make the playoffs?
Heck no.
Not until they fire Nathaniel Hackett.
Russell Wilson might be the first blind NFL quarterback.
God. All right. So that's a little bit of the recap of the NFL football. When we come back, we will go ahead and do our predictions of the NFL and kind of wrap things up here. So we'll see you after the break. All righty. Welcome back. Going into the NFL predictions for this week. First game, let's talk about. Let's just get it over with. Buccaneers pack. No pack. No. Tom Brady is going to own you this week. And it's not even going to be funny. Tom Brady's going to absolutely destroy your team. Only 17-3 though, because they can't score. That's the only thing. Packers 3, Buccaneers 17.
I knew you were going in that direction.
As much as I hate to do this, I want the Bucks to win. Green Bay is going to try and run the ball down their throats, and with that defense, I don't see that happening. And then they're going to try and pass, and then Christian Watson's going to drop a 75-yard bomb. So I got the Bucks winning like 21-10.
Marshawn Lattimore is going to be the most loved man in Wisconsin after this week.
Yeah.
Because discount double check. Rodgers is coming to play. Tom Brady is washed. He is a system quarterback, and the system is out because of Marshawn Lattimore. That's right. Packers 31, Tampa Bay 3.
I don't know what you're smoking. Good
Ayahuasca,
Lord.
dude. Same
Tom
thing
Brady's
smokes.
I mean, it works for Aaron
Tom
Rodgers.
Brady's not washed. You all are just haters. You hate
Dude,
winners.
looks worse every week.
Get it.
Dude, I don't like any team. I could give a crap less who wins. I just want the Packers to get embarrassed.
Butson, be quiet.
No.
Listen, if you're going to do that, you got to do it with your arms extended. Like that. Okay, none of this field goal crap.
You mean safety?
No. The way you guys are doing there you go.
Well,
There you go.
Well, this is what Minnesota will look like on Monday night. So
Minnesota looked like a lot of things, and I can't say that on the internet.
Minnesota
'cause
looked
I
like
get canceled.
this.
cool.
They
All
were
right.
this before, and then they went to this.
49ers Broncos. Aaron, let's start with you.
Well, Kyle Shanahan can't win without Jimmy G. Jimmy G's back. He's playing. He's ready to light it up. I got the 49ers winning 28-25.
These weird scores. I swear.
I could get it right one day.
Hey, all that matters is you get the team right, not the score. So
Broncos country. Let's lose.
why?
Left
That's why.
coach is high.
Andrew.
Niners love Jimmy G for whatever reason. They love a guy who can't throw a deep ball and can help them win playoff games. But
Trey Lance is hurt. That's the only reason he's playing.
Nathaniel Hackett is an absolute fraud.
He's a joke.
He was
Russ.
Aaron Rodgers' mission to destroy Denver because Denver wouldn't pay him or whatever. I'm telling you, it's a big conspiracy theory. I'm working on it. Okay. Rodgers sent Hackett to Denver to destroy them for not trading for him. Denver sucks. Their defense it's okay. But Russell Wilson might be blind. Going the Niners 31, Denver 17.
Denver's bad. Denver's really bad right now. They need to get those running backs more into it. They need to. I don't know what they need to do. Play calling just is awful. Like it's actually hurt. It's hurting me.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Vic.
I was
Fangio-
okay with it. I was playing a guy who had Russell Wilson. He had 2 points in the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter this week, I was okay with it. I still lost by 50, but my team was really bad this week. So in fantasy. So 49ers, I don't think are good either. I think this will be an easy win for the 49ers, but 49ers win 10-9. Broncos miss an extra point.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Vic Fangio could call better offenses than.
Pretty sure he did call better offenses.
He did.
Yeah.
That is true.
I understand why they wanted to get rid of Fangio. I understand that, but if I don't get it. I thought Nathaniel Hackett with what he did with Rodgers, but I guess it was Rodgers that made him look good.
It was Rodgers in LeFleur.
LeFleur, la loser.
That loser.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody bleed my own blood.
All right. Chiefs Colts.
Dear God.
Oh no.
Chiefs are going to absolutely murder the Colts this weekend. I think Frank Reich will be fired after he plays the Chiefs. I could see it.
He won't be fired, but it's going to be a massacre.
Hot seat. Chiefs win 42-7.
Well, let's just say the Chiefs are going to be Anakin Skywalker, and the Colts defense is going to be the younglings in the temple, and we all know how that went. So I got the Chiefs winning like 42-14. Maybe the Colts.
They all lived, right?
Yeah, it was a great time.
Oh yeah, they all
They had their light sticks out, and they were swinging them.
They're having a rager.
Yeah, right. Score predictions.
Circle.
Chiefs 42, Colts 27.
Aaron?
Chiefs 42, Colts 14.
Wow, we're all going with the same score.
No, I said 42-27.
No, sorry. The same Chiefs score. I should have been more specific. We all said 42. Okay. Rams Cardinals. Andrew, we'll start with you. You seem like you really want to talk about this game.
I do actually. The Cardinals got lucky, okay? AJ Green dropped that ball, okay? He dropped it, okay?
Mhm.
It hit the ground. It was rolling. He got lucky.
I don't know about that.
Kyler Murray thinking some dude slapped him, absolutely ridiculous, okay? It was not a slap. The dude was
Who won
wearing
that
a
game?
shoulder pad, okay?
Who won that?
Who cares, okay? The Raiders choked that game, okay? Rams aren't going to choke, okay? They're getting their
I
momentum
don't know.
back.
They almost lost to the freaking Falcons.
They did not almost. Okay.
Mm,
It was all
Mm,
part of a plan. Okay. They're
yeah, the plan to
lowering
give the fans a
everybody's
heart attack.
expectations. Okay.
You know what
And
I
then
thought about during that game? You know what I thought about? I
Stafford's
thought
gonna
App
go
State Troy.
to Arizona. Stafford
App
owns
State,
Arizona. Okay. He owns them. Okay. And you know
App
what's gonna
State.
happen? Stafford's gonna own them again. Okay. Rams. Okay. Rams are winning this one 38-24. Okay. The little toddler can't run around long enough to escape Aaron Donald.
Oh my god.
I really thought he misspoke and said the Rams are going to bring the hatchet. Cardinals win. I was like, yeah, okay. I thought that's what I heard. Aaron?
Last week clearly Kyler Murray was doing his homework instead of playing COD. I'm gonna make that joke every week until he starts playing really bad.
Oh, just wait till the new COD comes out.
That comes out in like
I can't believe
I'm gonna be
someone-
playing him in the lobbies. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, you got a game tomorrow.
I don't see the Cardinals winning this. They're not gonna, even when they get D-Hop back, they're still not making the playoffs. So I think this will be a good game, but Rams come out on top. Like I want to say, we'll say 35-22. That's not close, but you know what I mean.
I hate these score predictions. It actually hurts me. It actually pains me. I think Aaron's doing it on purpose now. 22. What? How are they gonna score 22? Just go ahead and just break that down for me real quick. No, not you, Andrew. Aaron. No, not Andrew. Aaron. Aaron, break it down.
Well, you see, Jacob, when an offense scores 22 points, that means they scored 3 touchdowns, 2 extra points, 1 2-point conversion.
Math. Thanks, Booger.
Back to you, Joe.
All right.
5 field goals, 1 touchdown.
I hate you all. I actually hate every single part of you. Okay, Rams. Rams have not looked like the Super Bowl Rams. Could it be a Super Bowl hangover? Probably.
Stafford's still feeling that tequila.
I still think they're going to be a little shaky because it's in Arizona. I still think the Rams win this 27-14. I don't think Kyler. I love Kyler. I'm glad that he chose football. Dude is not fit in the Arizona system, in my opinion.
It's Kingsbury, not Kyler.
Kyler, honestly, Kyler is playing really well. It's just Kingsbury. Or Kingsbury, whatever.
But that's my point.
Kyler, go.
No, I'm saying Kyler doesn't fit in that system.
Oh, okay.
It's because he doesn't have a security blanket.
Screw it. D-Hop down there somewhere.
I mean, Zach.
Kirk said to Slay last night.
I like Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz is still pretty solid. I can't believe you just no. Oh God, I'm scared. I'm scared what I'm about to say.
All right.
The toxicity.
Butson, you go first because you're only like, yeah, you're more impartial.
I'm more impartial. I love my Lions. I love them. It's been hard to root for them, just like it's been hard to root for Cincinnati. Lions, Vikings, the matchup of these next 7 days. The winner of this will be leading the NFC North. Lions have looked pretty solid. Vikings look solid for 60 minutes of their 120 minutes they've played this year. All of them being week 1. And that's just a fact. I'm not trying to be, dude.
I know.
But I mean, Kirk Cousins looked like Nathan Peterman out there, or maybe worse. More like CJ Stroud, but I'm just kidding. Joke. Lions are gonna win this one 42-32. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a stud. Dan Campbell coming for them kneecaps. Vikings put up a show. Their Vikings are gonna look solid. However, I think the Lions are pretty good this year. Minnesota's actually a 6-point favorite. Detroit is not favored in this game by FPI, but I think the Lions win this one 42-32. Whether or not it's that many points, I still think the Lions win by 10, no matter what the score is. Let's just go to Aaron next.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and not be super toxic and look at this from a
Too late.
Look at this
Toxicity has
from an
begun.
NFL. Look at this from an NFL fan's perspective. Obviously, Lions, they look great. They have looked great. As you said, Jacob, Vikings only look good for about 60 minutes out of 120 minutes in the season. That's just facts, unfortunately. I think that if the Vikings want to win, they're going to need to make adjustments. That is the biggest issue, among other things, from last night. They made no adjustments. They kept playing prevent defense. They kept, I mean, you guys saw that long touchdown. Cameron Bynum or whatever the hell his name. I hope they just left him in Philadelphia for him to just get eaten alive.
Jesus.
They played prevent. They said, please stop scoring.
That was like when it was only 14.
Scoring.
Just kept scoring.
Guys, I'm trying not to be a toxic fan here.
Oh, you can be toxic. Go ahead.
All right. Kirk Cousins is going to whip out his massive schlong. He's going to come out pissed off. Justin Jefferson is going to rub his nuts all over Jeff Okudah, whoever the other Lions corners are. Dalvin Cook's probably going to get hurt, but Alexander Madison's like a Walmart Dalvin Cook. Kevin O'Connell is going to coach circles around Dan Campbell because the only qualities Dan Campbell has as a coach is that, oh yeah, grit, bite off kneecaps. Oh yeah. So it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game.
Ranger.
I'd probably just jinx myself. I don't care. I'm gonna let this all out. I have the Vikings winning 30-27. It is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a fun game. It is gonna be a close game, but Vikings are gonna pull it out.
Are we gonna edit out that part about?
I don't know what.
What?
Talking about Kirk Cousins. You
No.
know?
No, I think we leave it in there.
Okay.
You guys wanted the crazy fan.
All right.
Raggy Ranger.
Like Scoob, man.
Clink.
Fuckering my asshole.
Clink. What was the score to the Vikings-Eagles games last night?
24-7. Why?
Okay. So would you say 7 points is less than 35?
What are you getting at?
Well, you see, the Lions scored 35 points on the Eagles. And the Vikings didn't even hit double digits.
You're going to make me punch a hole in my wall. I already have a mark.
I'm pretty sure Darius Slay would have had more points per reception than Justin Jefferson did last night.
Hmm.
The Lions, they're going to come and we're going to punch you right in the teeth, okay? That's what we do, okay? That's who we are, okay?
Okay.
Kevin O'Connell's just going to sit there. He's going to go out for the handshake. Dan Campbell's just going to go right in the teeth, okay?
I'm not going to lie. That'd actually be kind of entertaining to watch.
Dan Campbell versus Vrabel would be just top-tier entertainment pay-per-view wise.
Yeah, that would.
Here's the
Anyways.
Vikings approximately 4 p.m. on Sunday.
I will say this though, Kirk Cousins had his I'm Kirk Cousins game.
His annual Monday night collapse, and normally after he loses in prime time, he comes out pissed off next week.
So he'll have like 3 or 4 games before he does that again. So the Lions, it's a short week for Minnesota because you guys played on Monday night and you had the later game too. I mean, not that it was that late. It was only like 8:30.
Here's my question.
Now here's a guy. DeAndre Swift might just be the best running back in the entire NFL.
if I've never watched football before,
This is the game to watch.
no. If I would never watch football, but I happen to watch the Eagles and Vikings on Monday night, and someone I was sitting next to said, "Does Darius Slay play for the Vikings?" How would I
It's very
answer?
hard for me to not punch a hole through my laptop right now. I can't because this thing is like $1,000.
All right, here's the thing, okay? Kirk may
No,
whip out his
here's the
massive
guy.
schlong, but he's gonna whip it out right into the face of Aiden Hutchinson, and Hutchinson's gonna grab him by the dick and twist it, okay? And just take Kirk Cousins down 3 times in the first half, just like he did Carl Wentz, okay?
Oh my god.
So Hutchinson, Kirk may whip out the schlong, but Hutchinson's is gonna go the old dick twist, okay? That's what's gonna happen. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. And that's gonna happen
that is the
over
funniest thing you said
and
all night.
over and over again.
I just wanted a family-friendly podcast.
No. We are way past.
We passed that point when we
We are
got to
past the
this.
point of no return.
This is
You know
TC
what? I
Sports
don't
After
care.
Hours, okay?
I'm taking my anger out on the internet because my team lost.
I've known you for 2 months. This has been my favorite team for 22 years.
9 years. No. Oh God, 11 years.
No, it was that Bears video.
Alrighty.
That Bears fan was sad. Anyways, Lions 45, Vikings 39.
Aaron?
Vikings 38, Lions 35.
I thought you were gonna say Lions 39.
Alrighty. Well, TC Sports, you witnessed a lot today. You witnessed some maybe PG-13 stuff today.
Oh no, that's
You witnessed a lot.
Oops, I said a naughty
sports.
word.
You're gonna be seeing a lot more toxicity come out. You're gonna be seeing a lot of news coming out in football. We have lots more coming for you. Please like below. Please subscribe. Please comment. Let us know how you're liking TC Sports. I'm Jacob Butzine alongside Andrew Schultz and Aaron Klinker, and I'm gonna play us out of here.
If you gave me a chance.
Go Blue.